Let's have a quick look. See settings. There. Should be fixed now. I think I understand why that was, but it really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna have one here, one there, one there. Let's see. And here, two. And there is a tree stump in the way. Is there? Yes. Also, let's put on some lights. I like lights. One here, one there, one there, and one there. Just because. And I think I may have misplaced this door. So let's put it back in. One up there. Nice. The visitation room. Two, three, four. Yeah, something like that. I like it. Two TVs. Welcome back, Vasily. Radios. One radio here, one radio there, and TVs. Guessing that this is the back end, and that's the front end. Nice! That's the common room. Let's see, prisoner acclimatization and engagement. No, we can do that. Because that's an easy one. 1, 2, 3. You're giving them much luxury. Dude, you've got no idea what I've got planned for these blokes. So don't worry your goose about it, okay? So let me do my thing, you do your thing. This is, after all, a gulag. So I wanted to have laundry here. That's the cleaning cupboard. And library. I don't have a library. Do I? Cleaning cupboard, shop, mailroom. I don't have a library. I wasn't gonna do a library. True, because that takes care of the literacy thing, and I don't want that. So, sorting desk. What does a shop need? Mailroom. The back. Library, no. Classroom, yes. Workshop. Later. Laundry. Not a library, not a forestry. Not a chapel either. A shop. And a cleaning cupboard. Yeah, that pretty much sums up my regular dreams on what kind of a person I am. So shop front, I'm gonna put over here. Shop shelves. And tables. Now I've actually never used the shop. And then mailroom needs tables to sorting tables. So that's this, that's that. And then sorting desks. There. Yeah, this is where prisoners are able to shop for like some minor luxuries. Not contraband. So that is now getting built. My profile picture on Twitch is just fan art made by someone very, very awesome. Why can't we use the library? Because you need to have prisoners pass the foundation education course before they're able to read. And they need to be able to read in order to use the library. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if this is gonna help out. Should. Am I missing other stuff? Yes. I am. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There. Is that tree still gone yet? I think it is. So let us put that in. I also want to have benches, because benches are kind of mandatory in a yard nowadays. So here, 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 and here. Anything else that I can do really quick? Let us actually just plan out this. A perfect execution. I'll do my absolute best to get a perfect execution. I want to have that done as well, because executions are fun. I think it's this. Is it that one or the other one? No, it's this one. I'm quickly just going to plan out this side of the prison as well, in terms of just the basic layout. You are so sadistic. Yeah, and in my alpha, in my most recent playthrough of Prison Architect, I did do a bunch of successful executions, so there's plenty of stuff to watch, really. So this is the 3. Three, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, yes, I remember now. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So now I can also quickly utilities. Let's see. So that was in fact spot on, but it's more about this. Getting that connected. And this. Perfect. So that is something I wanted to do. And I think that at this moment, where I'm going to be placing a large jail door over here, I think I'm also going to be finishing off this cell block entirely. 2, 3, 4, 5. Showers. Showers. And toilets. Six. Just getting the capacity up a notch or two there. I can get my classroom done. There and there, and you actually don't need a chair in the thing here, but I do it anyway because why not? There, and I don't have the money. Dang. I'm all out of money. What does the percentage on death row mean? It's the likelihood of clemency. If you have, let me show you. So you have death row researched, and then you're gonna get your death row inmates, and they're gonna have that percentage, usually above 40, and that means that they have that percent chance to be granted clemency. If you have a parole room and you use death row appeal in your parole room, then the death row inmates will go in there and they're going to appeal for that. If they successfully appeal, there's two options. Either they're going to go immediately out of your prison as they have been set free, or they are sentenced to life imprisonment, which means that they are standardly going to switch to maximum security, and they're going to have that massive long sentence, all of those convictions added up together. That's the time they're going to be spending in your prison, which sometimes can be well over 200 years. Beyond that, the death row appeal also has a chance to fail, and if it fails, then the likelihood of clemency is going to be cut in half, meaning that if you start out with a prisoner of 48% clemency, it's going to be chopped down to 24 in a single failed appeal. He has to go through that whole process again, and it goes back to the start. He either succeeds with being set free or a life imprisonment, or he fails and his likelihood of clemency is cut in half again to 12%, and then again to 6%, and then to 3%. Now, if you just have death row researched, that percentage of clemency needs to be 4% or lower. I was literally getting to that. It needs to be 4% or lower. Then the red percentage that you'll see in your to-do list is going to change into green, which means then he's ready to be executed, and you will not be held accountable should it have not been done. So if you do this execution and it turns out that it was still illegal because proof later down the line showed that he would have been granted clemency through life imprisonment or been set free, then you're still going to get the 10,000 grant. If of course you do it above that 4% and it turns out that you're wrong, you're going to get fined $50,000. Now this is what Vasily is saying. Wasn't it 10%? That is the reduced execution liability. Then the below 5% becomes below 10%. And game Dadle, I don't have any prisoners in just yet. I am literally finishing up building up the prison a little bit. I'll just do this then to get some more money quickly, get some more capacity in, because apparently I just forgot the doors entirely on the stoop. On the little stoop. Oopsie. Okay. And just for shits and giggles, every cell is gonna have a light in it. And one here, and one here. This is utterly unnecessary, but I'm still doing it because it's fun. I like it. The visitation room? No. You need a parole room for both your regular paroles, but you can also assign that particular parole room for your death row appeals. Now, if you're going to be working with deployments and you have death row unlocked, then you can't just say like, well, this particular parole room is gonna be maximum security only. I don't want any other prisoners to go there. And of course you can also do that with death row, because it's gonna have its own designation, which I will show later. And then you can say, I want this particular parole room to be just about death row appeal, so that only the death row appeal guys, the death row inmates, will go to that particular parole room for their appeal, and that the other prisoners will not go to that parole room for their actual parole. If prisoners don't go to their parole, they fail. It's that simple. So you can actually just lock the door entirely. If they're scheduled for a parole and they're not going to show up, then they should fail, I think. I actually don't 100% know about that, so you're going to have to forgive me that I'm not too knowledgeable in that aspect. I also see that I need a ton of lights in here, one here, left, one here. I need a light in here, a light in here, a light in here, a light in here, and a light in here. Sure. Lights everywhere. How long will it take before you can execute? Depends on the game, basically, on if they are going to be eventually granted clemency or not. But enough lollygagging. My prison capacity, although it says 26 here, is actually a little bit less. So let's just go grab 23 prisoners, shall we? 23 prisoners. Because these 3 beds actually also function as capacity. And once I have those, I'm also going to be building this block after that. It seems that this doesn't have any power. And this doesn't have power either. So also let's get some door control systems here and here. I'm a serious nut for symmetry. So, and also welcome back, that muscle, that music dude. I hope you had a good nap. I'm enjoying a beer. So in a couple of hours we're gonna have prisoners. Speaking of, let us change the schedule, the regime. They're gonna shower at eat, no, wait, eat, and then free time. No, wait. Eat, free time. Then work, 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 work. Lock up. Eat, yard. Free time. Work, 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 work. Eat, lock up. Sleep. This is going to be the regime. Eventually what I'll do, as soon as I have the prisoners, I'm going to remove this eat and that eat. I'm going to double this eat, so they're going to be they're going to have 2 hours of eat in between work. And I'm also going to go over to the policy. I'm already going to prepare that one. And it turns out that I actually, as soon as I get them in, I'm going to have to build the other block first. Solitary. 6 hours for this. Destruction. 12 hours. Escape attempt. $48 hours. That's 2 whole days for an escape attempt. Attack prisoner, 12 hours. Attack staff, 24 hours. $12 hours for serious injury. Nope, not 13. And 6 hours for intoxication. But everything is going to be solitary. There. And solitary. Goodie! Spacebar to on pause. And here we go. Also, I realized that I do need to deck out the canteen a little more. Because I'm gonna have prisoners. And here. And another cooker. And another fridge. It's gonna be about right, I guess. I don't know. And my short-term funds. Ooh, bollocks. Out of power. Quick. Grab me more power. Dang it. Quick, grab me more, dang it. Oof. Just enough. Good. That is done as well, so immediately let me get some more. Like so. And 23 prisoners are coming in! Are you excited? I know I am. Now as soon as they come in, I'm gonna be building this cell block down here. Because then I'm gonna have the 23,000 grants done. So immediately that one, and clicky clicky draggy draggy, swimmy swimmy. Wait, what? Tail door. Can I? No, I cannot. Okay, that sucks. So here we go. Also, let me deploy a guard over there. Here we go. Now, this is where things get interesting. We already have 5 gang members confirmed. Now the game is coded in such a way that there are only 3 gangs. You've got the religious dudes, you've got the evil guy, and the freedom dudes. We're just gonna call them that. The red gang, the green gang, not gang green, but green gang, and the blue gang. And you can see by the circles around the specific people which gang they serve. But I'm expecting another one. So Scott Henderson, Ed, and you can see the tattoos